Oh, happy Sunday, everyone. Hope you're doing very well. Today, we're going to go over the comic book look ahead. So this is an interesting show. This is kind of an excuse for me to look ahead into the next month and make sure that I'm actually picking up everything that I should be picking up. But I thought it could be beneficial for everybody else just to kind of look through the books and see what's coming out, see if we missed anything, maybe share some thoughts about some books that are coming out. Maybe we missed something. And so it's a cool opportunity to get together and do that. I need any excuse, man. Any excuse to touch base with you guys, make sure we're all up to speed on everything that's coming out. So thanks for coming in. Grab your coffee if you haven't already. This is probably the first time I spoke this morning. It's an early morning for camera. It's not an early morning for just getting up and doing stuff, but for camera, it's a little bit early. So yeah, just trying to wake up still. I appreciate you coming in. We got Big Herm in here. I know he was tailgating earlier, so thanks for coming in, brother. I appreciate that. So we're going to give some people some time to get in. I'm going to do a little bit of an unboxing just as like a little bit of an icebreaker to give a few minutes coming in. This one was a complete surprise. This is a Tiny Onion Substack. No idea what it is. I haven't seen anybody post anything about it. This came in probably, I don't know, maybe like a week or two ago. And so I have no idea what's in here. I have no clue what's in here. Let's get our music going now that I think about it. All right, let's do that. One of one, indeed. What's going on, Mason? Thanks for coming in, dude. Give me a mic check, bro. Give me a mic check out there. How you doing? I know you were reading some books I wasn't reading. I can never read enough books. Calculated Man, never really got into it. Never got into it. I know issue number 1 came at the shop. I saw issue number 2. Didn't bother getting it, though. I don't know. You can only get so many books, I think, right? So again, this is a Substack exclusive. Again, I have no idea what it is. Let's see. They always bag and board these pretty well. All right, so we have some Third Eye stuff. So he distributes, James Tynion distributes through Third Eye, which is pretty cool. At least he found a way to do it without delaying it too long. Because I know a lot of the Substack people, they're trying to figure out, well, how are we going to do this? And they're dealing with delays right now, like Stegman and Cates, I think, are dealing with some delays. But Tynion, man, he's on it. He knew what he was doing from day one. Definitely worth it. Definitely worth the founder's price for sure. Let's see. Almost done with Walking Dead now. Dude, that's an accomplishment. There's like 190 something issues. You got to get Here's Negan as well, if you haven't gotten that little trade yet. If you need to borrow it, let me know. But you got to read that one too, because it's a great little explanation about Lucille and stuff. So it's pretty cool. You sound fine? No, Herm, you sound fine with all your sound effects yesterday on your show. I need you to be in the background. 10 issues left. That's awesome. That's really cool. Good for you, man. That's a heck of a grind for sure. Good morning, JT. Thanks for coming in, brother. I'm gonna save that for you. I'm still waking up. I couldn't even attempt that or this one, but I'm glad you guys are you guys are helping each other out this morning. Yeah, Mason's a cool guy. He's a regular at my shop. So thanks for the shout outs to him too. Cool guy. All right, what do we got? I'm gonna flash it up for you guys first. What is it? Ooh, it's a closet foil variant. Gold foil closet, presumably issue number 1, right? So he's been doing this a lot. So what have we gotten so far? We've gotten, I hate doing this. Great. Something's Kill the Children. I think that's issue 16, that one right there. I think that's right, 16, when she came back, when that run started back up again. If I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm totally wrong about that. No, because we're on like 24 right now, right? Has it really been that much? You'll trade me your invincible companions. All I need is number 3. I have number 1 and 2. So if you have 3, we can swap. But then again, I have like 400 issues of Invincible to read before you'll ever get that back. So I don't know about that one. Yeah, issue number 1. So gold foil closet number 1. This one seems to be in pretty good shape compared to the other ones I've gotten. Some of them had like a big crease right here. One of them had a ding. But I think Something's Killing the Children was the first one. We got, I think we got a Department of Truth as well. Ah, man, my memory's not really great right now. But this is cool. So it's going to go into the stack of gold foils I got from James Tynion. So there you go. Wow, my eyes. Yeah, where's my sunglasses? Indeed. Yeah. Yeah, those are pretty cool. Those are pretty cool. So if you're wondering like how the Substack thing was going, James Tynan's the only good one. We keep getting from Kate's and Stegman that we're going to get. There's three books that are coming out. Vanish, which is going to be open order pretty soon. I think FOC is in September, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's two other books that they really haven't started working on too much, from what I understand. And what's up, dude? What's up, dude? Just showing off the Substack gold foil closet #1 from Tynan. Before we jump into here, just getting some icebreakers down. Thanks for coming in, dude. Good morning. Yeah, it's too late for that. Well, I try to do something that's going to wake you up, Herm. I'm trying to do something that'll wake you up. So go some gold foil in your face. That'll wake you up for sure. All right. Thanks for hanging out. So we're going to go ahead and look and see what books are coming out this month. And so how do we do that? We do that using League of Comic Geeks. It's probably the best way to show what's coming out in the near future. And it's just got a great user interface. You can see all the variants. You can navigate week by week. It's really got that down. So it's probably the best thing out there for that. So if you're not familiar with League of Comic Geeks, I do have a video on that you can check out. It's in my How to Get into Comic Books Today stuff playlist. So you can go ahead and check that out. A lot of people seem to like that video. So let's see what we got. So if you go into here, you go into new comics on the left-hand side, you go to the new comics section up top and you choose your month. So it would default to the current week. You just go over to August, hit the 3rd, and it will load up. Another pro tip, click on the little gear, the little dials up here next to the settings button, and then choose variants and reprints. And the reason you do that is because it will just show cover A. If you don't do that, and then the reprints and stuff like that, they'll show you those facsimiles in case you're into that kind of stuff. So make sure that's checked, and then make sure you have all publishers checked here too. So I think we're going to rock with this variant on. Sometimes it takes a long time to do this, and I have a hard stop around 10 o'clock. So let's see if we can go through this real quick. But so the point is, let me know if you have anything that you're looking forward to popping up in the week, especially if I don't cover it, something that I missed, some either if it's spec related, whatever, or if it's just something that you just know is a good creative team or an interesting property. Let me know in the chat here. Appreciate it. League is the worst comics website except for other 10 website. Exactly. Ain't that the truth? For sure. All right, let's go through it. 007. Who's excited for 007 from Dynamite? They are excited for it. Look at all these variant covers. We got over half a dozen on here. I don't have it on my poll, so my poll is gonna be a little different. If you follow this, this series so far, going from live to live, doing this comic book look ahead, you'll notice that I usually have green check marks under the books that I'm interested in. Our shop is actually switching over to another system, so I might not have all these checked that I would get, but I'll just go over what I'm interested in. It's the same thing. So we'll just do that. So we do have a ton of 007. I'm just not really into it. I'm probably gonna skip it. The covers aren't even that great. Honestly, we have B, and then that one looks just like the 1 in 30, and then we have a C, which looks just like the 1 in 20. So it looks like they're just grabbing the other covers, ripping the trade dress off of them and throwing an incentive number on them. And then of course we'll get some other ones in here too. So I'm not really excited for it. I don't know if anybody's excited for 007, but it's coming out. It's coming out. So you can check that out. Amazing Spider-Man, this is the second print. So this is another reason why you check that variants and reprints box in case you're into the subsequent printing game. You can go ahead and filter them like that. Has that JR art on there too, which I find hilarious sometimes. Okay, so we have ASM #7. Not a bad run so far. I know Big Herm just covered it yesterday, so if you guys haven't seen that video, go ahead and do that. They covered up until issue 5 or so. So, and the blanks for Bobby, yeah, no doubt. ASM, not a bad run. Not a bad run so far. It's not bad. It's not blow me away great, but it has some cool cliffhangers and some cool stuff they're tackling. Just kind of waiting to see like where it's going from here. Like what was all the mystery that they set up in the first couple issues? I don't know. We got this cool Mayhew variant as well. That's pretty cool, that homage cover. I'm getting these, I'm getting a couple of these Predator covers right here. I'll click into it real quick. I'm getting some of these Predator variants where I think they're pretty interesting. This one's not like great. It's just like a 10-year-old Nick would love this cover, you know? But I'm like, okay, it looks pretty cool, so I'll pick it up. All right. American Mythology Monsters #1. Don't know anything about that. Ant number 4. I don't know anybody that's reading Ant. I don't think. I'm trying to think right now. Aquaman Andromeda number 2. Number 1 was really, really great. It was an interesting balance between an Aquaman story and like a not Aquaman story, but they're all kind of converging on the same issue, and I think that's pretty cool. So it took a character that maybe not a lot of people love too much, and it didn't focus on the character. It focused on the situation, and the character was brought into the situation, which I think is an interesting way of approaching that. So that is pretty cool. Taqi, what's going on, brother? Getting ready. Hey, dude, I got my alarm set for 2 minutes to 10 Central Time, so I'm not missing this drop today, brother. First appearance of Silver Surfer on VV is coming out in about 49 minutes, so I'm not going to be missing that one. That one's going to be pretty hot. Comic-Con or San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. So that should be pretty cool. So Aquaman, I'm looking forward to. Basilisk number 10. How many are you reading Basilisk still? I remember reading the first few issues. I liked the concept, but I just didn't like where it was going. Looks like we have a number 10 coming back out. I think it took a break, right? And now it's coming back. Yep, Tamino covered issue 900 in 2 weeks. That is pretty awesome. I'm sure we'll run into 900 somewhere in this list, right? As we go through the month, perhaps. Not sure. Batman 126. Did you guys like Batman 125? Did it feel like Tynion? Did it feel like enough of a change from Tynion's run? And I'm not even going to go over the little gap we had between Tynion and our run right now. So how'd you feel about Batman 125? And of course we got this cool homage cover, and this is what ASM 316, if I'm not mistaken. So pretty cool. When we have Failsafe in here beating the hell out of Batman, could be a complete bait and switch. He could be Batman's best friend. You never know. All right, so I'm excited for Batman 126. It's pretty cool. World's Finest, issue number 4, second printing. Dan Moore. We got the Vegito, Gozeta, Gotenks, whatever you want to call them. A fusion between Batman and Superman over here. I need to come up with a name. Has anyone come up with the name of the Batman Superman fusion yet? Because it wasn't in the thing. It wasn't in the book. So let me know if you have a creative Batman Superman thing. So we have Batman, Superman. They both end in man though. Like that's the hard part. You enjoy Batman? Nice. Yeah, it was pretty good. The art was killer. I liked it a lot. ASM 316. Thank you. See, I need to be validated as much as possible, Herm. That's why I'm glad you're here. Killing Time number 6. Not a great run. An interesting book, but I think the object they're seeking is, we don't really know much about it yet. And it's like, okay, so what kind of a thing? It's an interesting mythology, an interesting chase. It's doing some cool stuff, but like, I'm not going to keep the run once I'm done. So I'll just read it and probably try to offload it somehow. But yeah, Batman Presents White Knight, Red Hood number 1. So I think we got some more Murphyverse stuff here, right? Yep. Cool covers. Let's see. Incentive covers, of course. Main cover is not bad either. I really wanted to get into this Murphyverse stuff. I think I have White Knight like 2, 3, and 4, and I have some of the older stuff as well. I just never really got into it. I should have kept up with it, but I didn't. I'm not believing to death, but whatever for story's sake. Yeah. Well, they had to do something important. They had to do something shocking in the first issue, and we didn't see a body. I mean, we saw a body, but we didn't see a dead body necessarily. What is all this crap on here? Born of Blood, or Born for Blood? Born of Blood. I'll let you guys figure that out. Blood Moon Comics, Cover the Dead with Lime. Yeah, that's just what you do. You learn that growing up in the country. Let's see. Breakout number 3, Sentinel Liberty second print number 1. Sentinel Liberty's not bad. I like the mystery they're painting right now in Sentinel Liberty. It is pretty cool, I think. Cover the Dead with... Here's more covers for this book. Cover the Dead with Lime. Let's see. I like the Plague Doctor masks and stuff like that. Jonathan Chance. What's Jonathan Chance been doing? Nothing. Let's see what he's credited with. Horror Comics, Elsewhere, and Cover the Dead with Lime. Who's taking a chance on Cover the Dead with Lime? Not another sure. Roscoe! What's going on, dude? Thanks for coming in. Good morning. We're looking over August books, just seeing if we have our pull list up to date. I think all that crap was dynamite. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it was. Yep. All right, so we have Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths number 3. Oh, okay, I remember these all red covers, right. I think I don't know if I got into these or not. I want to say I did, but I don't remember a number 3 coming out this early. We're in August, right? Yeah, that's interesting. We'll see about that one. DC vs. Vampire number 8. I'm surprised this is an A cover, but this is the B cover. Never mind. Yeah, the cardstock cover. I like DC vs. Vampires. Yeah, I think it's a pretty interesting run, and I think this one right here is the first appearance of, what is this, Red Canary or something like that? I can't remember, and it's open order, so if you're able to get it, yeah, damn horror, Red Canary. Is it a first appearance? I think so. So I went ahead and got that. And then of course we have our B cover as well. It might be, well, that's Dark Crisis and this is DC vs. Vampires. Those are really cool, interesting covers. The Dead Lucky number 1. I think I'm going to be messing with that if it does come in. It's from Image. Let's see who it's by. Melissa Flores. Yeah, maybe. It's an interesting property. Image has so many number 1s coming out, and they're just a giant company, and some of them are really good. So, yeah, no kidding. Yep, for sure. So you gotta mess with some new number 1s every once in a while. See what's going on. The problem is when there's like 4 or 5 in a single week, and you're just like, okay, let me pick up 2 or 3 of these, or 1 or 2 of these, and just see what happens. And then of course, it'll pop up on Key Collector or some crap, and then you can't find them anymore. Let's see, Draculina. All right, some more Dynamite covers. Taqi, there you go. IDW. We got some Dungeons and Dragons. Edge of the Spider-Verse. Number 1. I think I was messing with this. I'm not entirely sure though. I'm not really big into the Spider-Verse stuff. Lots of characters in here. Let's see, we have tons of covers. Holy crap. Peach Momoko, of course, is in the game. That's all. She just sits down and does that all the time. Makes out covers for everything. 8 Billion Genies number 1 second print. I'm surprised it took that long to get a second print. I was expecting that to come way earlier than the first week of August. Although I gotta think yeah, because we just got issue number 3. I'm surprised it took that long to get that one. I don't think I jumped on that, so I'll probably miss out on that unless the shop ordered that. But yeah. Drac is in here. What's going on, dude? Good morning. You know the drill. We're going over our books for this coming month, seeing what's coming out. Elsa's number 1 from Ablaze could be interesting. We got some Scout Comics. Firepower number 23. Firepower's definitely been kicking it up a notch in the last couple of issues, so I've been super excited about that one. Speaking of super excited, I have Flashpoint Beyond number 4. Flashpoint Beyond is a really cool run right now in DC. It's one of my favorite books because it's in the universe of the Flashpoint universe. It's in that realm, so it has all those characters, and they're developing those characters, and they're playing out some of the battles and some of the problems that they had that we saw in Flashpoint Paradox. So if you like Flashpoint Paradox, definitely be reading Flashpoint Beyond, because it is really cool. I have no doubt. Yeah. What was the I'm trying to think of another one. Of course, I can't think of things off the top of my head right now. First second print in a long time for Image. What was the last second print from Image? Let's see here. What do we got? We got Brother Joe, Real American Hero. We got Ghost Rider, number 5. A book that I see a lot of people reading. I think I read the intro issue or the number 1 or whatever it was. And the hook wasn't there for me. So I fell off. Maybe I shouldn't have. I don't know. Golden Age, Grim Fair. Oh, we got all this Grim crap in here too. So then we got Harley Quinn. So here's what Harley's doing right now. Sales are probably down. So they're doing all these homage covers. They're replacing Robin and things like that. So there's going to be a ton of these homage covers coming out for Harley. The problem with it is Harley's in them. Now I love Harley's a great character. I'm a fan, and props to them for doing what they can do to sell some covers here. This is pretty cool and creative. I would love to see DC actually put these facsimiles out though, like the real deal facsimiles, and then correct me if they already have, because I don't know that, and that would be cool to actually get those old facsimiles instead of going to like Hobby Lobby and buying the little fake ones like I have up on the wall right here, because I think I have that. I have that cover, yeah, right there, but it's like a wooden thing, right? This is as close as I'm going to get to that. So we have lots of Harley Quinn coming out. Immortal X-Men #5. Immortal X-Men is an interesting book. I think I'm reading X-Men, just the X-Men book, and then I'm reading Immortal X-Men. I hear X-Men Red picked it up after issue 3 and then got better. I unfortunately dropped it on issue 2 after I read issue 2 because it had so many concepts that just didn't resonate with me. It involved so many characters I just didn't know anything about. And so they didn't spend the time to like explain why things are happening or who people are necessarily. It just kind of jumped right in as if you were a longtime reader, and it just kind of threw me off and it got me lost. So I dropped off of that. But Immortal X-Men is really, really fun, so I like that one a lot. CBT, what's going on, brother? Thanks for coming in. Going over August books. We got James in here too. Thanks for coming in. And we got Flash. Holy crap, we got a bunch of people jumping in all of a sudden. And Eric jumping in. My oh my. What's going on, folks? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thanks for coming in. Let's see. Iron Man, a book I wish I was reading, kind of. I hear some decent stuff about Iron Man, not bad. Philadelphia, another one that I wish I was reading. I think I just didn't jump on early enough, and before you know it, there's 24 issues out. So that's a hard mountain to climb right there. Let's see what else we got. So as we go down, I think this is sorted by... Okay, it is sorted by A through Z. Sometimes it automatically sorts it by popularity or something like that. And so you start getting into some weird stuff as you go down the bottom here. Magic the Gathering. You know what? I actually have... I don't want to open it, though. I actually have a Fiona Staples edition of Magic the Gathering trading cards. I think there's like 10 cards in there that she drew. And so I bought that just because Fiona Staples is an amazing artist. So I have that. So to all the Magic guys out there, I don't want to open that box. Maybe I'll think about it and do it one day. Metal Society #4. Great book. Loving the build-up for Metal Society. You don't know who you want to win. You don't know if you want the human to win, or you don't know if you want the robot to win, because they both have such like tragic, compelling lives, and the art in there is crazy good. And so Metal Society is a really, really good book. So if you haven't picked that one up or you don't know much about it, it's worth it. I would try it for sure. And it's a Top Cow book. The Ageless One, indeed. All you Mighty Morphin fans, you're getting your number 22 out, coming up this week, or coming out that week. I don't really mess around with Power Rangers that much. It came out, I'm in my mid to late 30s, and so Power Rangers came out a little bit too late for me, I thought. I know a lot of people my age and older jumped on, but in my group, in my town, in my area, in my culture that I grew up in, it was just like, it was for like the younger kids, like a couple years younger than me. They all jumped on it immediately, and so I was like too stuck up to like, oh, those are for kids, man. I'm not gonna mess around with that. I'm gonna stick with my GI Joes and my Turtles and stuff like that. You can have your Power Rangers stuff. And so, but then as I grew up, I'm like, oh man, I think I missed out on something really cool because so many people my age are like loving this stuff. But anyway, one day I'll jump in on that stuff. Poison Ivy. Another good, surprising book. I do like this one. I like the idea. The art's really, really cool in here. I like her goal, her mission. I think the execution's fun. So yeah, this was kind of one that I took a chance on. It had every chance in the world to be bad, and it wasn't. It's actually pretty good. So I'm hanging out with that one. Once in Future, a book that I wish I jumped in on in the beginning, and I just didn't do it. I think this book came out around the same time as Something is Killing the Children, if I'm not mistaken, from Boom. And I remember them pushing both of those books around the same time when I started reading comics more seriously. And I picked up on Something's Killing the Children, and I didn't get Once in Future. And then here we are. I think I made the right choice, though. Yep. Guys, go check out Herm's breakdown of Spider-Man 1 through 5. It was really, really fun. Did that yesterday. It was a really good job. Watch Voltron. Voltron was a little bit older than me. My wife got into Voltron. She liked Voltron. Yep. All right, let's keep rocking here. See, the problem with having the variants on is it takes 3 times as long to get through the books. So we have some Red Sonja stuff. This is an interesting book. Sacrament #1. Got a Deodato on here. AWA, man. I'm telling you, AWA's been a great publisher with some really cool stories. And if you, especially if you like Mike Deodato Jr. If you like Deodato Jr., you're gonna love a lot of AWA books because he draws like most of them. We have Peter Milligan on this one. I'll be checking this one out because AWA's put out some really cool stuff over the past couple of years. So definitely check them out. Let's see what we got. We got Sheena. We got Spawn coming out. We have 2099 Exodus #5. I fell off of that at some point. I can't exactly remember where. Maybe it was like at issue 2 or 3. Lots of Spider-Man stuff coming out. Spider-Punk. So this Star Wars book, I call it Halcyon. Is that right? Halcyon? I don't know. Halcyon. I don't know. Type in the pronunciation of that in the chat. In the chat if I'm doing that wrong. I don't know. Stranger Things coming off of that season 4, which is amazing. I don't really mess around with the comics too much though. Dark Horse has Survival Street. It looks interesting. Sword of Azrael #1. I think this is a what's his name, right? Dan Waters. Whew. That's going to be, so he did Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, whatever that recent book was, that little short book. He did that book, and it had this character in it as well. And I thought the book was pretty fun. So yeah, looks like we're gonna have a dedicated book coming up. Here's one of those facsimiles I was talking about that you only see if you have your variants and reprints selected in the filter up here by the settings. Tales of Suspense 57, first Hawkeye. So that'd be pretty cool. Of course, we have Thor coming out. A lot of second printings and things like that. We have Twig, another great book from Image. I would recommend that one. Probably going to have a lot of spin-offs in there, so I would jump in on volume #1 in case that thing takes off, if you're into that kind of thing, into that spec game. Let's see, Walking Dead Deluxe. I know a lot of you guys are recollecting all those Walking Deads in the color format. Pretty cool. And then we have X-Men Red. Sounds good. Let's roll with it. Yeah, no kidding. Kylo Ren. Halcyon. Halcyon. I didn't know you were spelling it out for me until I had to read that whole thing. Halcyon. Halcyon. I'm never going to remember that. Thank you, Taqi. Appreciate you both. Second week. Let's look into it. It looks like, okay, we have some bleed over. So no website is perfect as far as the timing and everything, or the release schedule for some books. So you might see some weird stuff like this coming through. Axe Judgment Day #2. I just read #1. I got my problems with #1, but that's for another time. Then we got these Unknown Comics variants right here. These are usually about $15 for the trade dress, and they're usually $30 for the Virgin. They're on Unknown Comics in case you're trying to figure out where to get these from. Your shop can't order these as far as I'm aware. Correct me if I'm wrong though. Looks like we have ASM. So again, a second printing of ASM. Pretty cool. We have Avengers coming out. Batgirls, a book I dropped on issue #2, but it always has interesting covers. Cool characters. Just didn't like the execution of it. We have Blade Runner. Bill and Ted Roll the Dice. My issue #2 never showed up, so I'm not sure what would happen there. I got all these photo variants, and so I don't know if this one's going to show up either, but I have issue #1, which is pretty cool, and I wanted to collect all the photo variants, so maybe I have to go in the aftermarket and get that one. Yeah, Twig, your favorite book. You love Twig. Taqi, you didn't know that? Rogue Collecting. What's going on? Thanks for coming in, dude. You know the drill. We're doing the August look ahead. Good morning. Hope you got your coffee. We're 30 minutes in, and we've only gotten we just started week 2, which is not good sign. Sentinel Liberty #3. I'll be interested in that one, seeing what's coming out. What else is coming out? World Without Justice League, Green Lantern #1. I'm not messing around with all the different side stories for Dark Crisis. I'm just going to stick to the main run on that one. There's just too many books out there. Deceased War of the Undead Gods #1. Interesting. So is Taylor doing this one again? Yep. Okay. Looks like there's some homage covers. Yep. If it's in the shop, I might pick it up. I really like Deceased. I like Deceased. I like World's Finest. I like DC vs. Vampires. I like those strip the characters out of continuity and then just rip them to shreds. You know, because it seems so easy in those kind of events, but then you go into the real events, the real continuity events, and like everything's fine and dandy. You know, they die and they come back and whatever it is. But in those, it's like you feel the impact because it's like, nope, they're gone. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, what else is coming out? Elvira in Horrorland #3. I actually have #1. I think my shop ordered #2 or #3 or something like that. So these are pretty cool. So they take Elvira and they put her inside of like classic horror film locations, and so she has to like survive in those areas, which is pretty funny, I think. So yeah, those are pretty cool. And we got these like alien covers as well. It's because she's apparently in the ship. So that would be a pretty fun book, I think. Again, here's some more of that Harley stuff where you get the homage covers to the old DC books. Ghost Rider, Vengeance Forever. So are we supposed to get the main Ghost Rider and Vengeance Forever, and they're both going to run at the same time? What's going on there? Cool cover. But do we need 2 Ghost Rider books? When one isn't selling great, I don't think. But you got convinced, and the Superman was good. What's the Superman was? What book are you referring to there? Are you referring to how they portrayed the character in the Justice League tie-in? I liked how they did Jonathan Kent inside Dark Crisis #2. That whole Nightwing Jonathan Kent moment. Yeah, boy, that was actually really fun. That was fun. It's easy to take cool characters though and put them in an interesting situation for like 3 pages. It's hard to take that character and stretch it out for 15 issues and fill in all those lulls, you know? Because you got to think about what you're actually going to do there, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I Am Batman's coming out. Immortal X-Men #6. That's surprising because we just saw an Immortal X-Men, if I'm not mistaken. Iron Cat #1, not a bad issue. Iron Cat #1. This is the second printing. Thor, Jane Foster, the Mighty Thor issue #3. I don't think I read 2, but 1 was interesting. It just, again, a lot of books, man. Jurassic League, and my backlog is way too big to be collecting everything. Jurassic League #4, a fun book. Everlasting, Love Everlasting #1. This is a new Tom King book. It should be pretty interesting. Gonna be picking that one. This one's got a ton of covers as well, and a Frizzen cover for all you Frizzen fans out there. I never mess with the stuff personally, but it's there. I kid. Then we have Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids #1. Cover K signed Atlas edition. This is a fun book. Let me know if you played with more of the Mad Balls or you had more of the Garbage Pail Kid stuff. If you know what any of those 2 things are, and I'm sure I think everyone in this chat right now is old enough to know what those things are. So which one did you mess with more? Garbage Pail Kids or the Mad Balls? And do you still have them? And if you do, prove it. We all have Instagram. We can all share that stuff. Fantastic Four. We have some more Nubia stuff. Parker Girls. I almost thought that said Paper Girls. I'm actually making my way through that run right now. It's really fun. Power Rangers 22. So we had Mighty Morphin, I think, previously. Now we have Power Rangers over here. Predator #1. Probably a book that a lot of people are going to be getting. Tons of covers. Should be cool. I'll show you the one I'm getting. This Raza variant. This is the one I'm aiming for. Just because it's Raza. It's got like that night visioned look and everyone's speared up and impaled. He's got the dude's skull and spinal cord and everything, and it's ripped out of the dude's back. He somehow cleaned all the bone and kept all the tendons and ligaments together to keep the spine together. This is a cool cover. Let's see here. Aquaman knows what is happening and he's pissed. Yep, no doubt. Garbage Pail. More Garbage Pail. So that means you because I think Madballs came out a little bit later, right? So Garbage Pail Kids is an older IP, intellectual property. Born in never mind, Mason. This is over. I'll fill you in later. Garbage Pail Kids. I think I still have some of mine somewhere. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I agree. I remember that. Yeah, I remember reading this listation. It's kind of weird. Garbage Pail Kids, long gone. Yeah, I know. We all got rid of that one. Raza variant, indeed. Yeah. Well, you just don't then. You just don't leave it on the shelf. How about that? So we have Predator. We're going down. We have more Sheena stuff. We have Red Sonja, Soul Plumber. I remember reading that one. So these choose your own. This is a Blame Phable moment for sure. This is the biggest Blame Phable moment I think I've ever had to date so far. These Sprouse variants, choose your Destiny variants. I actually created a spreadsheet of what has already come out and what is going to come out, and then I have everything that's going to come out pre-ordered as far as I can pre-order it, and I have everything that has come out ordered on third party, on the aftermarket, because these covers are sick, and I love these so much. And you're going to see them peppered in every once in a while with all these character spotlights with their lightsabers on the side. So pretty cool stuff. The other book I'm excited for is Star Wars Hyperspace Stories #1. I'm excited for that one. It's a Dark Horse Star Wars book, which, correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't seen one of those in a long time from Dark Horse because Marvel's been eating all that up lately. But if there's been another Dark Horse Marvel or a Dark Horse Star Wars book lately, correct me down there. Son of Kal-El #14, cool cover. TMNT's coming out. Let's see, Town Called Terror. I think everyone I've seen this reviewed this book has said the exact same thing. It's just like the pacing of this book is just not there. I feel like it wasn't meant for single issues. It's meant for a trade read in a prestige larger format. I think that would be really cool if we had a giant like hardcover version of this book. Maybe even like a Black Label size book for this one, but like a trade version of that. I think Town Called Terror would be great in that format. Interesting book, cool hook at the end of the last issue. So it's pretty fun. I would still recommend it, but just understand the flow of the book is just not right. It's not going to be the same as some of the other comics we're reading right now. Moon Knight. Flash, you read Moon Knight? Shocker, bub. You're the reason I read. So Flash is the reason I read Moon Knight. And I'm glad I did, man. I didn't know anything about the character until this new run came out. I love Excel, but CLZ is way better than Excel. I just do that. Here, I'll show you what I did. If I can actually pop it up. This is what I did. I just created 2 columns, like the aftermarket column and then the pre-order column, and then the characters, the release dates, and then I put the source of where I got it over here just so I can track stuff. This is just a short-term thing, just to track those variants. So that's all that was for. I used to use Excel for my collection organization as well. Really sucked. No, I'm like, CLZ is way better for that. So. Oh yeah, did you end up getting that one? That was like a 1 port per store thank you thing, I think it was. Did you end up buying that? Because it just disappeared. I know me and you were gonna arm wrestle, but I didn't want to lose in public like that. So let me know if you actually got that one. Turtles 1 in 10. Where's the Turtles 1 in 10? This one? Oh yeah, it is pretty cool. Like these aren't, I don't want to be that guy, but like these aren't my turtles. You know what I mean? Is Jenica in there too? So yeah. You did not unpoor. I wonder what they actually sold it for. Oh, I bet they just cut it back. Occasionally. Indeed. Cough check. Forgive me. All right, let's keep blasting through here. Transformers Last Bot Standing. Undiscovered Country, a book that I keep hearing is amazing, and I've never read it. I need to find the trades or something like that and get into that book. I might have them down there. I have so many trades down there, like Volume 1 trades that I've just never opened up because I know they're great reads. It's just I haven't gotten to them yet. Lethal Protector. I'm loving Lethal Protector. If you need a Venom book in your life right now and the regular Venom run is awful, get Lethal Protector. It has such a cool feel to it. Yep. Yeah, New Think is an interesting book. It's like an anthology book. If remember, yeah, that's the anthology book. I get that one, and there was another book that came out recently, Mindset or something like that. I get those two books, those titles mixed up in my head. Last Spot Standing is pretty interesting. I hear that. Transformers was again, it was such like a weird generational thing. Like when I was born in '85, so like by the time I could really care about that kind of stuff, like Transformers was phasing out, G.I. Joe was phasing out, Turtles was definitely phasing in, things like that, you know. And so I'll mess with it. I just need a good reason to, I guess. I've read a couple Transformers issues, like new number ones of the last 5 years, and just didn't do anything for me because, again, I just don't have that legacy understanding. I think it's like X-Men. I had to force myself to get into X-Men because it just didn't, you know, everybody had such a huge head start, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of issues of stuff, and I'm like, I know the movies, I know the basic characters. I watched the animated show growing up, but I was a kid then, you know. So hey, here's 007 sneaking back in again. Alice Ever After. Here's another facsimile. If you're a facsimile guy, a pretty good version of it too. ASM. This is the annual number one. It's not ASM number one because that would be the Fantastic Four crossover. What else is coming out? Armory of Darkness. I used to get these kinds of books because I'm a huge Evil Dead, Armory of Darkness, just general fan of Ash. But like, I don't know, I stopped getting them because space is just an issue, and cool to have books just don't make the cut anymore. Yeah, I hear that. It's a good reason though. Yeah. Don't do it. Well, you're missing the point. You can take that story they told in that and put it in any time frame. And there's always going to be people that want to build community and share stories and share in the fantasy of that and move collectively together. And there's always going to be a neighboring community that's against that and is going to be oppressive, right? So like, I know I'm preaching to the choir, brother, but that was my take of it. I tried to. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on around that subject right now, so I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, that's an undertaking right there, bud. For sure. All right, what else we got? Barbaric Axe to Grind number one. So we have Morisi. I love the last Barbaric issue. Not so keen on the art style. They had a different artist, I believe, on that one, but the story was really fun. I think it helped fill the gap between where we were and where we're going. So I think that was pretty cool. So Barbaric, there's going to be tons of covers for that, guys. So be on the lookout for that. 125, we talked about Batman. Second printing's coming out. So be on the lookout for that one. World's Finest number 6. Again, you get whenever Dodson does a cover, you just got to get it because it's going to be dope. So getting those, I think that wraps it. Does this wrap that run up? Series. Oh, no, it does not. I was mistaken. So ignore my Nick at Night. Good Lord. That guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Number 7, number 8. Cool. I was hoping this would continue. So that's cool. When is this? September, October? Yeah. Nick at Night was wrong. That guy, man. Stays up too late. One Bad Day. Are you guys getting these One Bad Days? Because I know there's a Riddler one, there's a Penguin one coming out. I'm not messing with those. Just because there's just too many things going on. Black Adam number 3. Didn't really like number 1. Didn't like number 2. I'm going to get number 3. I think these are cover grabs, although I don't like doing that all the time. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on with that one. Let's see here. Yeah, my main problem with Black Adam right now is we're getting a movie, and then they're doing stuff in Dark Crisis, and then his solo book comes out, and as a newer reader to Black Adam, I want to know more about him, and like that's not the direction we're going. It's like we'll do a mantle swap. It's like okay, cool. I didn't want to know anything about you anyways. Apparently. Catwoman jumped off because there's no prison covers, so there's that. Crash and Troy number 1. Daredevil number 2. Daredevil number 1 was fun and interesting. I got the 1 in 25, which I'm happy about. It didn't do a whole lot, but it was a setup issue, right? Kind of transitioning to where we're going. The foreshadowing was awesome, and I think we saw it coming a mile away once Punisher was announced. So that is pretty fun. Yeah, Eric, do it. Get into some more Transformers stuff. Yep. So Daredevil's coming out. That'll be fun. DC versus Vampire. Again, this is a spin-off of that. I'm not going to mess with that. Dark Spaces Wildfire #2. #1 was great. But I feel like I could read I feel like if I didn't know it was Scott Snyder, I could have guessed it with like 100% accuracy and certainty, because his method of writing is so different than other people's method of writing. He almost writes it like as suspenseful as possible. That's not a good way to put it. His characters and his story structure is very, very similar from book to book. You know, he usually introduces a bunch of characters. He has some kind of like foreshadowing thing, some big tragic event, and then lots of mystery and intrigue and stuff like that. Like, I know those are pretty general words, but he executes on that level differently than other people do. So you can tell a Scott Snyder book right away, typically. Yeah, no, she's got some other stuff coming out too. She's in that Tom King book. Yeah, in Catwoman. The only reason I was reading Catwoman is because Rom was on it, and then he fell off, and I'm like, give Teeny a chance, I guess. And like, I knew better. I should have known better. Draculino, so we have some more Spider-Verse stuff. ASM 300. What's a more ripped off cover? The Days of Future Past with Wolverine and Kitty with the posters with the X's in their face. What is it? Like 45, 46, something like that? Or ASM 300? Which cover's ripped off more? Horrorland, we have Flash, we have Fortnite, Marvel. Taqi, what's our time check, bub? Time check. Store. VV. Well, that's not right. 11? We have an hour and 9? That's not right. Double check me, bub. If I missed that, I swear. Intermission break here. I gotta pull up my... Yeah, it's 11 minutes and 50... Man, the web app's trying to screw me over. Okay, so Fortnite Marvel Zero War #3 is coming out. So if you're picking up all those Zero War ones, #1 flew off the shelf. #2, there's actually still a few left, last time I saw. So I think the people are falling off there. Station identification for your NFTs. Yeah, no doubt. I need to grab that graphic. Or I can throw up someone's banner. Oh, I'm just going to do it live. We're definitely going to bleed over into 10 o'clock, so I'll just do it live here. It doesn't matter to me. I have to do it on my phone, though, but I can show you guys what I'm going for. We'll do like a unboxing, look ahead, VV live drop commentary. Harley Quinn #20. We got the Thirst covers. We got also another one of those homage covers, so pretty cool. Vault Comics has Heart Eyes #1. I think Frizzen, yeah, here it is. Here's your Frizzen cover. The problem is it's a 1 in 50, and it's a 1 in 75, and a 1 in 100. So there you go. Thank you, Taqi. Appreciate you. Gotta be ASM 300. Everyone and their dog does an homage to that. Yeah, McFarlane does it more than anybody, probably. We were talking about that yesterday. A guy from the shop was over at the house checking out the set and everything, and we found those uncanny issues, and that was the question we were kind of debating through. You know, which one is ripped off more? Are all those Edge of Spider-Verses incentives? Momoko, Kirkman, I mean, they're not listed. There is some 1 in 10s listed here. But you know how League goes. They might be store exclusives. Hell, they throw that stuff on here too sometimes. Excuse me. So Heart Eyes, if you want to pay that incentive variant cover price, there's your next Frizzen. Hulk #8. I feel like we took a break from Hulk. I feel like that one didn't come this past month. That kind of scares me, because it's like that book should be coming out regularly and it shouldn't be skipping anything. And then all of a sudden when I see it again, I'm like, oh crap, did I miss an issue? So Banner of War, I think, should be wrapping up pretty soon in that. If it hasn't already, it's been a minute since I've read a Thor or Hulk book, I feel like. We skipped a month, right? I'm not losing my mind. Let's see here. May and then August. So we skipped June and July? Is that what I'm understanding here? And what about... So there's a bunch of those. We'll get to Thor eventually, see what's going on there. Red Sonja, Iron Cat number 3. Again, might be interesting. Aftershocks, Jimmy's Little Bastards number 1. 1 in 15. Manny will probably get that one. Manny, let me know how that one is. Lady Hell number 1. All right, from Dynamite. You have Shadowhawk. I'm not messing with Shadowhawk. So Shadowhawk's all over the place over here, guys. If you want to dip into the Shadowhawk game, here's your chance. Lots of Shadowhawks stuff out there. Meatballs, Garbage Pail Kids number 2. Of course, see, this is what I was expecting. I was expecting them to have these like weird covers that look like the cards from back in the day. And they may have did that for issue number 1, but I just didn't notice it. But then, yeah, so we're going to get a couple of those in here. We're going to get 1 in 20s and 1 in 30 trading card versions. Wow. Crazy, crazy. New Think issue number 3. What's the premise? Black Mirror Anthology. Let's see. Yeah, it's probably going to be related to like social media. Yeah, it's not exactly descriptive. Nightwing number 95. Come on, I know you guys are loving some Nightwing. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. If you can get them, if you can get like a 25 for like $9.99, that'd be great, right? Let's see here. Pentagram of Horror number 4. I think I tried to jump in on this Black Raven book. Maybe not. Persona. Was it that Colin Bunn? Parasomnia? Was it that Colin Bunn book? I think it was. This is a spinoff already? Interesting. This 1313 book. Cool premise. The art didn't do it for me at all. Interesting idea. Yeah, there's a 300 again. So take a shot. There's another 300 homage. That's 2 already. So far they're in the lead. We should do that. I should have like a digital counter somewhere where whenever we see a variant cover for ASM 300 versus Days of Future Past. Silver Coin, man, I'm stacking those really high right now. I need to get into those, see what's going on. Here's another one of those Sprouse variants. You're going to see a lot of those Choose Your Destinies. The Blame Phable in action right there. Or we have the action card variant, which I know a lot of guys are picking up on here. Wow, it's you know, you say Sprouse 3 times and Phable shows up. Station, brother, what's going on? I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. We'll keep our eye on it for sure. So we have the Mandalorian issue number 2. This seems like it's just going to be a recap of the TV show. So if you didn't watch the show, you're going to get a panel by panel, you know, Watchmen style recount of that book. So there you go. And we have some more Walking Dead Deluxe. Furthest place from here, we got some Art Adams coming up soon for X-Men. So you always got to pick those up. And then looks like we got some Unknown Comics variants down here in case you're into that whole thing. And then of course we got a Predators tie-in as well. And some X-Force stuff. Usagi Yojimbo, a book that I hear nothing but great things about that I just never jumped into. I need to figure out where a good place is to start with all that. So 24th, we got some more Axe Judgment Day stuff going on. We got our Hellfire Galas, our Unknown variants right there. Got some cool Jean Grey stuff with the Warnick Women of Axe variants. We have this really cool Action Comics variant right here too. He's like protecting the civilians. This is actually a pretty sick cover. Standing up while the mother and child are sitting there defenseless. That's a pretty cool cover. Got some second printings of ASM. Got a Gleason variant as well. And I like this Predator one right here with Goblin's like head. It's got to be his mask, right? It's not going to be like, yeah, with his blades through his eyes and things like that. That's pretty cool. I do like that one. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. I have a 2-minute timer that's going to go off, so, but I always appreciate the heads up. We got some more Army of Darkness stuff if you're into that. We got some Ablaze stuff going on. We have Blink number 2. Number 1 never showed up, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know what happened with that, but Blink, I don't know. Did anybody read this number 1 from Omnipress? was a pretty interesting cover. Bloodborne, I do have that one ordered. We'll see what's going on there. I got that free comic book variant, or free comic book day release as well. Blue Flame, Book of the Shadows, Carnage #5. Not a bad book. He's basically taking out a bunch of different villains and absorbing their powers to make like the ultimate being, because he's just really jealous about what Null was able to do. That's essentially the premise, and Rom's writing it, so it's like, yeah, dude, let's jump on board. Art's pretty cool too. Deadly Class DC Mech #2. Some interesting variants. Death Rage from Merc Publishing. I don't know that one. Department of Truth #20. I actually jumped off of Department of Truth around 15 or so, maybe 16, because it just got too much. Couldn't do it. Detective Comics #27, again with this facsimile. I actually don't have this one marked. I'm going to mark it just as something I need to go back and check on. So there's our facsimile I talked about just a few minutes ago. 1 more hour, let's go. Yeah, indeed. 1 more hour and open everything. I got a stack of stuff I could open, but I'm not gonna, I'll have to figure that out for another time. New Vault, End After End #1. Interesting, lots of different books. Is there any recognizable creative team on this? Ian Grody? Nope, no idea. Might be a pass on that, but lots of variants for that one. They're putting everything in on that. Fables 154, Fantastic Four. So who brought up Fantastic Four a minute ago? Was that Eric? Didn't Alex Ross' Fantastic Four book get released in August? This is not what you're referring to, right? There's another 300, ASM 300 down here. Let's see. I mean, he's not credited on any of this stuff. I don't know. Let me know if I'm in the right direction here, if I'm thinking the right thing. Yep. There's my 2-minute warning. Yeah, there's so much news coming out. Yesterday was an explosion of news for Phase 4 and Phase 5, or whatever it was, and Phase 6. That was crazy. I love this morning on my Instagram feed. It was just like, how come no one's talking about this? And they had like a screenshot of some random thing. And I'm like, dude, because there's 1,000 things that came out all at once and we're all trying to process it still. What are you talking about? How come no one's talking about this? It's like, we're getting there. Don't worry about it. Ghost Rider #4, Good Boy #4. We have Grimm. There's some more Frizzen stuff. We have all the gun hunting stuff, whatever. Harley Quinn with that homage cover. That one's pretty cool. I like that one. That's going to be interesting. Let's keep going. Justice League. Maybe hell, Meatballs again. All right, we got a 1-minute warning here, guys. So what are we doing? We're going to take a station identification moment here. We're going for this VV drop. I'm not going to do it on the screen, but this is going to be what. This is so weird. Why is that like that? So basically, this is a 3D statue of Silver Surfer. There's only 5,900 of them. This is considered a first appearance on the blockchain for NFTs. It's a rare Silver Surfer marble. It is 60 gems. 1 gem equals $1. And so we're playing with house money at this point. So I'm going to go for it on my phone in about 30 seconds, and I'll let you know if I got it. So there you go. So we're going to take a station identification moment for just a minute here while we try to go for this. We're going with the line gate. If you don't know what I'm talking about at all, you have a buy now button on your mobile phone. You can actually hit it and it tells you the collectible is not ready for purchase yet. You can align that button with the error message and you can just rapid tap, right? So you can actually just do something like this, you can see. So we got 2, 1, we're gonna go for this one. Hopefully we get one. Don't think we did. Sold out already. Sold out. Taqi, I hope you did. I hope you got one, man. That one hurts. That one really, really hurts. And you guys probably don't know what the heck I'm talking about, but it's okay. I have a whole series on my playlist about VV drops. Look at this. Sold out. $60. 5,900 of them sold out instantly. That one hurt. Taqi, let me know. Did you get one? Were you going for it? Seems like a slot machine. Yeah. You're just gambling on. There's a whole. I've developed a whole theory on this whole thing, and I've been very, very successful at my theory so far. So, I mean, cash out's available now, so you can take all your money that you've made and you can cash out right now and it goes right to your bank account. So it's like, yeah, joke's not on me, I guess. I'm waiting for Taqi's he probably closed out of his phone, he reset his router, did all that stuff. I didn't do any of that stuff. See, that was another problem. I'm on like the wrong Wi-Fi network. That's okay. Mean this NFT moment? I know you will. I'll show up on some random story that you put together with some awesome relevant movie clip or something like that you always do. Those are hilarious, man. Those are pretty funny. And it's like, and just like that, he's broke. Yeah. So we have Nick's. What are we doing again? This is August, week of the 24th. What a downer. Okay, so we have Old Dog number 1. What is this? It's got tons of covers for it. What's going on here? No idea. Clayton Cowles is on the lettering. Okay. And Chris Samney. Okay. So at least we got good creative team on here anyway. Okay. Maybe we'll be messing with this. I'm not entirely sure. It's got lots of covers and it's some incentives too, so they're backing it a little bit. We got Pearl, we got Radiant Black. I haven't picked up Radiant Black in a long time. Redman was an interesting book, but I'm probably not going to keep going with that. I don't know. I'll tell you what we're going to do. I can't tell, I'm a little distracted. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something that I never do on the live. We're going to go for a rebound. And what is a rebound? So Taqi knows what a rebound is. A rebound is everybody that tried to go for that one a minute ago got it, but couldn't finish the payment method in time. That NFT is held for a certain amount of time and is released back out into the public at the 4-minute mark. So what does that mean? That means at the 4-minute mark, we can actually go back in and get a buy now button again and see if we can get it. And here's our timer for this. It's a corrected time for the VV servers. This is getting a little advanced. I understand. Bear with me, guys. So in about 40 seconds, we're going to have an opportunity to get a rebound. I did switch Wi-Fi, so luckily I'm on the faster network that's actually right behind me. Going for a second chance, man. It's a low chance for a second chance, but I'm going for a second chance. You're damn right. This was actually a pretty big drop, so I'm kind of mad at myself for not preparing ahead of time, being on the right network and things like that. So you know how serious I take some of this stuff. Radiant Black is taking September off. Well, that's good to know. I didn't really get into it too much. So basically, I'm going to tap into the app at the 59.5 second mark. And it's, damn, it's still sold out. Okay. I'm over it. It's going to be fine. It's totally fine, guys. This is when I need like clips set up for like epic fails and things like that. That's okay. All right, what do we got? Rogues Gallery number 2, a good book. I read issue number 1. This came out this past week, and it's actually pretty fun. It's a pretty fun premise. It's like, what would happen if we're watching San Diego Comic-Con news and we see some kind of announcement and they butchered the source material and we hate it and everything, and then we all kind of got together and wanted to take out the creators of the film version. That's basically the plot for Rogues Gallery. So it was actually a pretty fun number 1 that just came out. Of course, we got Robin, Shaolin Cowboy number 4, another really fun book. Spider-Gwen, lots of variant covers for this one. Is that a Shannon Mare cover? Yep. We have Darth Vader, so we have another Sprouse variant here. So again, blame Phable for that one. Tales of the Human Target number 1. Is this Tom King again? So yeah, so what's the difference between Tales of the Human Target and then the Human Target book that we were getting before? Is there anything different? I mean, it's the same premise, it feels like. Yeah, drank Luther's poison, team up with fan favorite member of the JLI. Mysteries, who's gonna kill? Yeah, so why the change in the title and the numbering? Am I missing something? Oh, is that right? 85. And what was it was 60, right? Wow, that's not performing nearly as well. Well, okay, it's only the first few minutes. It's probably gonna get close to retail. It's probably gonna, you know what, it might end up landing around 80, 70 to 80 and kind of resting. I don't think it's gonna go below because it's a first appearance. So, man, you think Tales is a prequel? It's a one-shot prequel, just checked. Oh, thank you, bud. Why do we need a prequel for that story? Just like why? I guess it's like how we got to impersonating Luthor. Okay, I'm down for it. I like that run a lot. Again, it's out of continuity. It's playing with characters I don't really know a whole lot about. Justice League International, like I don't know anything about those guys, so that's cool. It's a pretty fun book. Vampirella, Jesus. Okay, so then we live. Let's keep going. We only find them when they're dead. So Wind. I never got into Wind. I feel like I should have because it was a Tynan book, and now they're going to have their little spin-off, Throne in the Sky #1. So if you're a Wind fan, you get your opportunity to get in on the little spin-off here. It's pretty cool. All right. I think we're going into the... Oh, yeah, there's 31. Okay. 007 always sneaking in. Hey, guys, you remember... Amazing Fantasy like 16 through 9.99. It's never thousands coming out. And they really missed an opportunity here. Unless it's a cover. Nope, I don't see it anywhere. Where's the AF-15 homage? Like wasn't that like the obvious choice when it came to the variant covers? What am I missing? Ordered all the covers as you do. You don't mess around, man. That's one thing I learned about you real quick watching your videos and stuff. This guy does not play. No, that's funny. He doesn't. Yeah. What I love about this this run that he's in for Human Target is all the people so upset about what he's doing with the characters in there. Like, guys, it's an out of continuity comic book. Calm down. We put a lot of, I don't know. We spend a lot of time on these characters and these stories, and we take it very personal. And we want things to be as good as they can possibly be. And the problem is you're dealing, in comic books, you're dealing with multi-generational gaps as well. So it's like, you have to cater to the person that picked up comic books last week and the person that picked them up 50 years ago. You got to try to find something that's universally accepted between all those groups of people. Otherwise, you're just going to only capture a small section of the market. And so it's like, you just got to take chances sometimes and do things. I think that's why they do a lot of out of continuity stuff. It's because you can mess around with some of the old stuff like the JLI and stuff like that. And the new readers are going to go, who the hell's that? The old readers are going to get pissed because they're taking those characters, they're putting them in new situations and doing things to them they shouldn't be doing. But then you have the people like me who just read it and go, I don't care. If it's a good story, it's a good story. Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths #1 second print. Again, #2 was pretty fire. I like #2 until they brought the whole Dark Crisis event back in. Everything that happened in the Titans Tower, that was pretty dope. I like the Jonathan Kent stuff, the Nightwing stuff. That was all pretty solid. And then I got reminded about we were in the middle of an event, and I'm like, oh boy. And then I read Black Adam after this issue, and I'm like, Black Adam 2, and I got so confused. There's just continuity issues going on. I think I'm capturing all that at the same time. Elvira, another great one. Doctor Who, Fearless Dawn, we got Firefly, got some more Marvel. Fortnite crossovers going on. #4 is out. Harley Quinn, where's our homage? There's our Hush homage. What is that? Like 616 or something like that. This one. Preach. If there's anything that's a certainty in the world of YouTube comic book community, comic creators, is we all have a soapbox. $78? Shut up, dude. I can't. We've already lost so many people but they'll keep me updated though. This is like when Robbie's streaming or Herm's or whoever, and they're like throwing up baseball game scores or whatever live. It's like, how are the Yankees doing? How are the whoever's doing? This is me and Taqi now. SS at 78, getting there. Let me know when it's like, 50. So pretty funny. Hard Eyes number 2, House of Slaughter number 8. I'm digging the second arc so far, although we don't really have too much information on it. We don't really know what's going on. We have an idea of who the next character we're following is, but like we don't know too much about him. But it was a decent start. I didn't have any problems with the start of the second arc of that run. And wasn't this previewed in, what was it, like Basilisk number 2, second print or something like that? I can't remember. It was previewed. This House of Slaughter stuff. Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood. I think Flash had the bounce sometime after the... Did Flash have the bounce? Taking it off, yeah. So Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood. I know he's reading that one. This Nyx reminds me of that Immortal X-Men cover that just came out. That's an interesting pull right there. Not Ninja Gaiden, or Ninja Gaiden, wherever you grew up and how you pronounced it. This is Ninja Gaiden with a K, I think. Number 2. I think Bueller's got an exclusive for this, doesn't he? If I'm not mistaken. Check that out. Mr. Easta number 1. That might be funny. Scout Comics. Scout Comics just put out a book called She Bites this past week, and it was actually pretty fun. Let me know if you read She Bites, because that was actually interesting. 70. God. It's crashing and burning. People thought that was going to be like 150 all day, But now there's this weird fluctuation. Like there's the drop price, there's the drop price, there's the immediate aftermarket price, which is typically high all of a sudden. Then it spikes down to about market level or about retail, and then it kind of settles a little bit. So there's this weird wave that you have to understand. And everyone's really excited about AF-15. So I think AF-15 is going to come out in a few days, in about a week. Okay, we got some Red Sonja, we got some Sheena stuff, we got Spawn coming out. Obi-Wan number 4 should be pretty cool. I do like that one. What else we got? Superman War World Apocalypse 1. What the heck is going on? Philip Kennedy Johnson, Will Conrad, Brandon Peterson. I like those covers. Those remind me of those like War at World, or what was those? War or something? Those books that came out, the Superman, those action comics that came out. World War or whatever. Yeah. Look at that. He's got his Spirit Bomb. That's definitely a Spirit Bomb. Come on now. Come on, football season. Yeah, no kidding. That's Superman Spirit Bomb, right? Goku Superman. Who wins? Go. Ultimate forms. Superman 1 million or whatever the hell he was versus Ultra Instinct. Or Ultra Instinct or Ultimate Ultra Instinct, right? It'll be 100 by the end of the next week, probably. I would bet it would settle over retail. That's my bet. I don't know how high over retail. Thunderbolts number 1, great timing because we have that Thunderbolts hinted at the end of, what was it? It was at the end of a phase, right? End of phase 5, 4. It just came out yesterday. I can't remember where we were. I remember the Kang Dynasty stuff in Secret Wars was the end of the next phase. Is Thunderbolts the end of this current? The phase 5? And then phase 6 ends with the other ones? You guys can let me know. You guys saw the posts and the stills and reaction videos I did. So, Sal, what's going on, dude? Appreciate it. Thanks for coming in. We are heavily distracted today. We're making our way through here, so I appreciate everyone just hanging out, going through the whole VV drop process with me live, even though it didn't work out. That's perfectly fine. It wasn't as big of a payoff as past ones, so I'm okay. That makes me feel better. All right, Until My Knuckles Bleed, 1 Deadly Shot number 1. Interesting. Vampire Slayer number 5. We have some more Vampirella stuff. I just need to like exclude Dynamite from these things. The Variants number 3, interesting book. I think I'm going to be getting those for a little bit, just seeing what they look, seeing what they do. So here's some more unknown comics variants if you're into X-23. It looks like we're gonna get a trading card variant as well, and we have Wonder Girl Annual coming out as well. Wondering what that's gonna be like. We'll see. This is almost like a Something's Killing the Children kind of a thing, you know what I mean? It's interesting. Okay. All right, so that was it. Why is Spider-Man on a X-Men 14 JR Beyond Amazing Spider-Man variant number 14? Ugh. All that cross-hatching. Look at all this like shading on these fingers. There's one thing JR does really well. It's that he draws ginormous fingers. Yeah, I don't know. Is that his Spidey sense? These like lightning bolts coming off of his head? Mysterio's got his thing going on. We got Vulture. We got Doc Ock. We got Kraven. Yeah. Okay. It's got to bleed over into X-Men too, I guess. I don't think so. Let's go back in here. So she's crowned in her own like local tribe. So she's doing her own stuff down there. I wouldn't mind. I'd like another Joelle Jones Wonder Girl book again, because she was a cool character. So we got Joelle Jones on here. We got Jill Thompson on the art. So okay. So we'll see. We'll see if that actually means we're going to get another series with her. I think the community embraced the change, right? I think we all liked it. But yeah. Nick, oh, I've made my opinions on JR art well known, I think. But again, this is where all the legacy JR fans are going to come out and be like, oh, what are you talking about? He did this one run 15 years ago. It's like, yeah, I get that. Like, I'm not judging his entire library of work. I'm judging each panel individually on the latest thing he put out. That's where the judgment comes from. It doesn't come from his legacy of work. Everyone's capable of good things, but now people do good things all the time. That's the way things are. Yeah, it'll have like picture of everything else release schedule. Yeah, but I mean, like, she's capable of doing great stuff. The problem is we can't rely on her to do something month to month. Recently, we couldn't rely on her doing stuff month to month. You know, but if she actually stayed ahead of it. Yeah, but it was also like a personality and a character thing too. Like, of course, right? But like, it was actually an interesting thing, an interesting story, a fun new telling. It was like bringing new life into the character. And they actually did it in a way that wasn't annoying, which they can do very easily. Yeah, exactly. Not everyone's good on everything they do. You know, I mean, I like James Tynion, but I dropped Department of Truth. I just can't handle it. It's just too weird for me. I just can't do it. So I dropped it. You know, there's tons of books like that. I love Deceased from Tom Taylor. I hate Son of Kal-El, and I don't like Nightwing that much. I didn't. I need to jump back in Nightwing. I heard it got a lot better. So like, again, you don't have to like everything from everybody. That's the thing about comics. We can all like different stuff, and we all have our own personal taste. It's as personal as music. Music is like one of the most personal things in the world. You know, you can like it for so many different reasons, and you don't have to agree with anybody. So try not to get pissed when other people don't share the same opinion as you. But yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe it's not like like his current art style on ASM. There's just like an inconsistency thing. There's an anatomical issue. Unless you don't like Saga. Well, that's a very good point. If you don't like, you're just wrong. Then. But no, there's like an anatomical thing. There's some consistency, some art inconsistencies that he does in this book, which I think is interesting. But then the next panel, he'll do some kind of crazy like action scene. You're like, yes, more of that, you know. And then like the next panel won't be great again. So you can tell when he takes his time. You can tell when he takes some time. When he takes his time. Yeah, well, that's the whole other, that's a whole other thing. Yeah, buy what you like, you never go wrong. I have a how to get in the comic books today. It was like I think it was one of my first videos, like how to actually get into comic books if you've never read a book before, and it was my take on how to do that. And that was one of the biggest things. It was like, just focus on things that you are interested in and not what other people are interested in. And how do you know what you're interested in? Pull from your past experience. If you liked the old X-Men books, maybe Google best X-Men stories and start there. You know, if you like the Walking Dead show, maybe pick up the trade. You know, we're all very, very quick to judge other people's opinions on these things. Just get into it however you can get into it. If you don't like Nightwing, unfollow. I liked him in Dark Crisis #2. I like the Alfred issue, like what was it, 78 or 79 or something like that. I liked all that. The Heartless Man was pretty interesting. I like that. And then it kind of fell off when it got into tie-ins. And then they had that one issue that was the one continuous image, basically, and that ended up with like him saving a dog or something like that. And I'm like, okay. And so I think I dropped it after that. And then I heard 3 or 4 issues after that, it got really good again. So I need to go back. Yeah, exactly. Since I moved to Saturday, I think I'm #1 now. I think I'm #1. Friday's competition's pretty hard. Since I moved to Saturday, I think I'm #1. I got to pull the numbers still. All right, so now we're just messing around. What's going on over here, Taqi? What do you mean? It's at 92 now. What's going on? See, there's that bounce. It went down and it's going back up. So guys, all right. So that was the August look ahead. I'm not going to do the week by week just because I don't have half the books marked anymore. But we went through here and we saw what we're dealing with here. But again, if you don't know how to use League of Comic Geeks, it's a pretty interesting app. It's pretty fun. It's as up to date as apps are, as websites are when it comes to comics. It does a great job of showing you the different variant covers and things like that. But once you start getting into these higher cover letters, just understand they're usually incentives or like store exclusives or something like that. So if you stick to like the A, B, sometimes C covers, you're going to be all right. But yeah, it's a cool tool. It's a cool tool. You can use that. Nick hates dogs confirmed. I'm a cat guy. Oh gosh. We have derailed, folks. He was, yeah, he was. He's not even the best Robin. Don't even get me started on that one. Yeah, exactly. Well, that I know. I know. Well, now I'm understanding what you were doing, but like I have too many things going on right now. I couldn't focus on that. Yeah, we could have bought at the. What did you say it was at? It was at 64. So it was at retail essentially, and now it's at 90. So that would have been a 30 gem, essentially like a 30 gem flip right there. Yeah. Anyway. All right, guys, we are approaching an hour and a half, so I appreciate everyone's patience and everything as we shift it over. That's the problem with some of the Sunday morning streams. So always at 10 o'clock after the hour, or an hour after we start streaming, there's usually a drop that I have to pay attention to. So I appreciate you going through all that. So, anyways, what else is going on? So my Nick and Night moved to Saturday, as you guys saw that one. But what else has come out in the community lately? So we're gonna dip back into Phable. Sorry, that image looks awesome. But we had the Blame Phable show. We had last week's episode with Robbie going over the movie Go. Are all these saved wrong? Yeah, French Connection. We had that on Pop Culture Philosophers, so make sure to be checking those out here. Sorry for the thumbnails, guys. Trying to do shout outs, but improper. Herm and Tom went over the ASM arc like we talked about just recently. So make sure to check those guys out on Big Herm's channel over there. And then we had our favorite musicians. Man, he covered that. We had the full show. It got canceled halfway through, which was an interesting thing a few minutes in. So check out the controversy there for sure. And then we had Dennis Camp over at Pop Culture Philosophers talking about some of the books as well. So those are some things you can check out. And then Fable's got you covered. We had that episode just a couple of days ago with his new setup, which I actually really enjoyed. So Fable's got you covered. It was definitely an interesting thing. The way that you were able to do that. I didn't know that was even possible. So I do like that format. So keep that up if you can. Starts Robin debate and cuts the stream. Yeah. Just dropping all those controversies. Marvel books? No, I read some of them online. I just went ahead and got, I think I got Judgment Day #1 online. I think that was it, just to kind of get a head start on that one. So did not get the rest of them though. I should have said, Nick, buy, stop, buy now. But it will dip a little. Yeah, it might. It might dip. We'll see. 92, 90. Yeah, it's not going to dip anytime soon, bub. Oh, well, that's cool. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out, spending your Sunday morning with me. Go back, go do some reading, go catch up on some chores, do whatever you got to do. Go cut the grass, hang out with the kids, hang out with the family, whatever you got going on today. Go ahead and do that. But thanks for coming in, everybody. Appreciate you. We will see you guys next time. Peace out.